In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can make the best bloxdio backgrounds and transform your old, lame screenshots into amazing wallpapers. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the screenshot. The screenshot is the first step to making a good background. If you already have one, that's okay, but for the future and for those who don't, here are some tips to make a good looking screenshot. Firstly, I'd recommend you to lower your fob down to the minimum in order to get a better scenery. You can also keybind the button for Hide UI in order to get a better screenshot. Finally, I'd recommend you to zoom out of the page in order to get a much cleaner image. Now that you've got the screenshot, it is time to edit the image. There are tons of free ways to edit images, but for this tutorial series and what I personally use, we're going to use Photopea, a free version of Photoshop that works online. So you want to create a new project and go and click on YouTube thumbnail and you create it. So you want to go to File and then Open, and now you import the screenshot. So here I have mine. So what I want to do is go to Free Transform and then size it well. Firstly, we need to know that Bloxd doesn't really have much shading. It's really cool to shade your thumbnails, it makes them a lot better. But we need to decide where the light comes from, since there is no light source in Bloxd. So I'd recommend you to always put the light in front of the main object of the thumbnail. After you decide that, now we have to do one of the trickiest part, which is the shading. So we're going to go into a more complex way. So what you want to do is, if the light's coming from here, what you need to do is make this part darker. So here in the toolbar, you have to go to Polygonal Lasso. So what you need to do is mark the silhouette of the part that you're going to make darker. And after you get the shape that you want to do, you have to copy paste, having the screenshot layer, and you're going to leave it there for now. If the light's coming from here, then these parts have to be like darkened. Also the inside of the cave has to be a bit dark because the light, it has a roof, as we can see. So yeah, here's a time lapse of me doing slow job. You always want to delete the crosshair when you are taking the screenshot. This is a very basic step. So you go to Paint and then you click the color of the block and then you just paint it. So after you've done that and you have all of the parts that you have to darken, you want to select all the layers and convert them into a smart object. Then you go to Image, you go to Adjustments, and click on Brightness/Contrast. And now what you want to do is lower the brightness. So as you can see, the dark parts are getting darker. You can also make them lighter, but so you darken them a bit, make them darker, and also increase a bit the contrast. Now with the original image, if it's a bit too dark, you can do the same but light it a bit. So I'm going to do that now. In the light part you can lower the contrast a bit, only a bit though. After you got that, you can select the layers and convert them into a smart object. After you've got the image, what you want to do, make a new layer and put the color picker in white. So now you want to put the hardness on 0 and make it really big. And now what you can do is do like light. So now this layer you want to make it a lot less bright. But here, as you can see, if we put the filling like really low, it gives like an aura that makes the thumbnail much better. Now here, when you have the official image, comes the most important part of a thumbnail: the color correction. You want to go to filter and camera raw. Here, as you can see, is a bit weird because you see the whole image, not only the part that's being shown. And here what you want to do is you have these settings. So firstly we have exposure, which you can control like how light the image is. You also have the contrast. I'd recommend it to put it a bit high. Then you have the highlights, which is similar to exposure. Then you have shadows, which you can control to see how dark shadows are. Then you can control the intensity of whites and blacks. And you also have temperature, which makes the image like colder or hotter. I would recommend this setting not very intensely used, because as you can see it's like too yellow or too blue. So I'm going to put it here, a bit cold. Then you have tint, which you can change the color, the vibrance, and the saturation. These two are very important. Saturation is one of the most important options because it makes the color more attractive. I wouldn't put it extremely high, but it's really important to have it at least a bit high. You also have these effects, and you can also, well, yeah, curve this. I don't really use this choice. So now you have a pretty decent looking background. You can also do last details. For example, as you can see here, you can see my hotbar, which I'm going to paint out now. You can also manually control the light with the painting trick I showed you. You would have to make a new layer, then paint here, whatever, make it less. I'm not going to do it though. And you can also like make shadows for objects in the background. Like for example, this bed could perfectly have a shadow, which is what I'm about to show you. So what you want to do is click here and make the contour of this. Now you want to copy paste it. You right click on the layer, you go to blending options, and you go to color overlay. You want to make it black. Click OK. Then you go to image, flip horizontally. Then you want to go to transform, free transform, and you want to move it here like this. So here I have the shadow will not always match with the object itself. You also want to make the opacity lower. And I always like to blur my shadows, because then, as you can see, it makes them more realistic. You go to Gaussian blur, and as you can see, it's a bit more realistic. So here it is. So now we have a pretty decent looking background. I know I'm not that clear, so if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll answer for you. Yeah, that's everything for today's episode of Thumbnail Wiki. In the next episode, I'm going to show you how you can model your own characters.